What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Tendai, the hair whisperer, and we are back for another exciting edition of Texture Talk Live. So I'm doing this a little bit different. I actually got on here a few minutes earlier because I wanted to give you guys time to kind of figure out what's going on, as well as share the video with other people, because tonight is super special. Super special. So yeah. We're going to talk texture just like we always do. And I want you guys to, first of all, jump on and say where you tuning in from. And also, my natural is my natural. We've got our very first guest. Shout out to Adele Taylor Rowe. She actually won a bottle of Whisper Whip for joining in on our little thing we got going on tonight. So tonight is The Voice. The Voice comes on tonight. 7 p.m. Central Time, and my really dear friend Tish Haynes Keys will be performing. It's 7. You know, normally I'm on here at 7 o'clock, but I just could not miss her performance tonight because she actually gets voted through. So what I did was I created a little contest, and I said, whoever downloads the Voice app, and you see this big old bottle? Hey, hi, Monica L. Gonzalez. You tuned in on a good night. Good evening. Thank you so much. I said my hair is popping. You tuned on a good night. So thank you. First of all, for all our newbies, if you're brand new, remember, type in where you're tuning in from, and also type in my natural is my natural. That's our affirmation here at Texture Talk. That's where we let everybody know that, hey, I'm natural. I may run into some bumps in the road, but I'm here to stay. That is what it is. My DNA produces what it produces. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I'm so glad that you guys were able to join me a little bit earlier tonight. And it's a wonderful thing because we are giving away free product. What I want you guys to do is I want you to actually join in and help my girl, one of my good friends. Her name is Tish Haynes Keys, one of my dear friends. Her family is amazing. Her husband, Tobias Keys, they are really good friends of mine. And I want you guys to help me help her to win really quickly. And then we'll get right into talking about our textures and what we got going on. Download the Voice app. If you haven't done so, please do that. And be ready to vote for her. We're going to jump off of here at 6 o'clock this evening. I'm sorry, at 7 p.m. so that we can go ahead and be ready. She's on Team Kelly Clarkson, Tish Haynes Keys. Download the app and inbox me. Send me a picture that you actually download the app and you're able to win, ta-da, a free bottle of wonderful Whisper Whip from your girl. It'll be a chance to win. We already had 2 winners. One is Adele Taylor Rowe. She's in Arizona and she's on here. Y'all make some noise for Adele. She already won her bottle of Whisper Whip. She was on it. She saw it earlier. She's like, oh no, I'm getting mine. So check it out. And then we're gonna also just, make sure you guys have some fun with us here at Texture Talk. So let's get right into it. You guys have questions going on. Let me tell you all, in the last week, outside of doing the Texture Talk product knowledge class, the hair product knowledge classes for stylists, which is amazing because it helps you guys to be able to have options and places to go to get your hair done by people who understand natural hair. So shout out to these ladies who are jumping on board. But I've had several women stop me and say, oh my God, my hair is breaking. What do I need to do? My hair is breaking. What do I need to do? Don't panic. Well, kind of panic, but don't panic because we're going to talk about breakage today. We're going to talk about why your hair is shedding, and we're also going to talk about how to get it under control. Okay, how to get it under control. So let's get right into it, guys. Every season, when it goes from fall to winter, then winter to spring, and then from spring to summer, you have this drop in an increase in the pressure and the way that the moisture levels are in the atmosphere, and your hair literally responds the same way. It starts to just goes into shock, and what you've been doing in the wintertime may not necessarily work for you as you go into the spring. So let's talk about things that you guys can do in order to help the breakage to stop and not be as traumatic to you, okay? One thing, let's talk about why breakage happens. There's a couple reasons. Number one, from what I've noticed, if you're a naturalista, your hair is going to either break because you have your coils going at the root, and then you had your relaxed transition hair. So one reason is that the relaxed hair is going to break away because it's weaker than your natural hair. So that's one reason. So that's a typical break. Another reason that your hair will be breaking is because you've been using a shampoo at some point. If you've used a shampoo in your hair and you're using it in your regimen, then you are likely pulling all of them, not likely, you are definitely pulling the moisture out of your hair, and you're needing to go in and co-wash like 3-4 times back to back. I mean, when I say back to back, I'm meaning like every week. Okay. And then rinse your hair out and, you know, continue that process and literally bring the moisture levels. And then the third thing that you need to do, ladies, you hate to hear it, but you need to trim your hair. You guys may have not been on here, but I actually went live last week or the week before last. No, the week before last. It was when I put my faux locks in. And, you know, I literally trimmed my hair. I took my Whisper Whip and I put it all through my hair with my fingers, stretching it all out. And once I got it stretched out, I rinsed it, and then I took a blow dryer and I stretched my hair like this, stretched it all out, and literally just gently, you know, did a blowout on my hair. And when I pulled it down, I went straight around, trimmed it, and elevated it and trimmed my own hair. The reason I did that is because I knew that in a couple weeks, first of all, your hair goes into shock when you trim it, okay? And it kind of jumps out. There's no way you're going to hold on to length if you don't trim your hair, even if you're natural. If you guys have used combs in your hairs, picks in your hair, anything that's going to get that curl to wrap around that tooth and then snap off, you're going to have split ends. Those split ends are now frayed, weakened hair that typically breaks off. And when it breaks off, it keeps on going. It doesn't stop. So you've got this whole shedding process that's happening. On top of that, do understand that your hair sheds about 100 to 150 strands per day anyway. So if it's natural, it'll increase. Also, if you're taking medication, that could be a reason why your hair is shedding. Now, there's a difference between shedding and breakage. What I'm talking about is breakage, but then if your hair is literally coming out from the root and you can actually see the bulb at the end of your hair, like when you pull it, you look at it, if it's short pieces of hair, that's breakage. But if it's a long strand of hair and the bulb is attached, you're losing hair, and you're either stressed out or you're taking some kind of medication that's something internally is going on. We have a lot of questions going on. So, and I forgot to shout my people out. Yes, let's do that really quickly. Elisa, hey, Elisa Monday, she says, my natural is my natural. How's everyone doing this evening? That is so nice of you to ask how everyone's doing. I'm doing fine. And I can't wait to watch The Voice tonight. So be sure you guys download the app and vote for my girl, Tishane's Keys. Let's see what other questions we have on here. Catherine Cutepi Watkins, is it possible that your hair will only grow to a certain length? Actually, no. You know, your hair keeps growing unless it's just you have alopecia and it's just not producing a hair strand. When it grows to just a certain length, see, because keep in mind, your hair is growing from the scalp. So if this right here is a scalp, right? Just imagine this little hole right here is a hair follicle. And the hair is going to come out. It's constantly growing. What happens is once it gets to a certain length, and this is what I've noticed with clients over the years, they'll start, you know, doing all these different things. It'll get to a certain length, but then it gets here and they're like, oh my God, it's growing. I'm so excited. And then they just throw trimming your hair out the window because they're thinking, okay, if I don't cut it, it's not going to break off. Boo-boo, sweetheart, honey melon, lemon chops, baby cakes, whatever y'all call yourselves and friends out there. If you do not trim your hair will trim itself. Let me rewind. If you do not trim your hair will trim itself. You get it? Your hair will trim itself. Your hair will trim itself. It's no way around it. You have to trim your ends. That's the way your hair is going to stay. The ends will stay blunt and it'll start to just continue to grow on down. Grow on down. I mean, my hair is curly. I don't comb my hair except for every once in a while, but I promise you, every time I go in and I do use the comb, even if I've been gentle and detangled it, after about a few weeks, I notice that I have to trim my hair. I do. And this part back here, it gets really wild. Now, me trimming it, I noticed that it's grown some already. I trimmed it the other week. As I pull it up, you can see I don't have all those little frayed ends on there anymore. They were all up here, like broken all off. And I cut that. Cut it. Cut it. Yes, because I needed to cut it. Let's see what else we have on here. Thank you so much, Catherine. And please type your questions in. I'm here to answer all questions for you guys tonight. And, yeah, this is all about you guys. So shoot. I am a licensed cosmetologist and barber and have been for a very, very long time. I actually stopped taking clients so that I can focus on education for stylists on natural hair, as well as consumers, helping you guys to understand how to embrace your natural hair, because there's nothing wrong with your DNA produced hair. Absolutely nothing wrong with your DNA produced hair. And there's ways to work with it. The only problem that we have is that we were behind the curve in knowing what to do, because nobody really cared about texture, okay? So this is all a new era for us. I mean, it's not new in the sense of being natural and, the fist in the air, but it's new to the point of let's find techniques and styles and make this curly, it's more of your style is actually reflecting your texture, and they're working together now. So let's go on. We have Veronica Burrows. Hey, she says, my natural is my natural, and from Maryland. Yes, absolutely. We had a great time in Baltimore a couple weeks ago. That was so much fun. So shout out to you. Vivian Floor, she says, my natural is my natural. She's in Texas. Miami, Florida is in the house. My natural is my natural. We've got, of course, Arizona. Orange, Texas says my natural is my natural. Yeah, you guys are on fire tonight. Phyllis Combs, my natural is my natural. Ladies, if you're on here watching, push share. Share this video. Share this video. We have Zina Vaughn. She says, what is the best natural hair products to use? I'm not gonna be biased. Look, I use all kinds of stuff, okay? All kinds of products for different reasons. But I will tell you this. There are rules to the natural hair game. And the biggest mistake that people make, the biggest mistake that naturalistas make, or people just in general who are wanting to now embrace their natural hair journey or go on a natural hair journey, they go in ill-equipped. They go in with the mindset, oh my God, I like her hair and I'm going to do that. And they jump in without any knowledge. You don't do any kind of research first, and you don't get the tools. So I'm going to take you step by step to what you need to do so that you can identify which products will be best for you. Number one, you want to identify your texture category, your personal texture category. I advise you guys to, first of all, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And when you do that, it's the Hair Whisperer Tendai, the Hair Whisperer Tendai. I'll type that in for you guys so you can see it. Once you do that, there's a video that I have on there called How to Identify Your Texture Category, okay? The hair, it's important to know that, because if you don't know what your texture category is, you are going to literally be doing what you've been doing, which is chasing somebody else's form of beauty. You're going to do it. We are literally constantly being trying to find something to improve your life, your hair, your makeup. And we always look outside of us externally. Understand that helps you to compare, and then you try to adjust, and it's like a mirror, we reflect what's around us. But the thing is that if you don't understand what you have, how do you know what it's going to do when it's doing right? You don't even know when it's doing a good thing. So that's been our issue. Like our hair, we've been saying, oh, I have bad hair, because you've been comparing it to somebody else's texture. You can't do that. If you're constantly trying to identify yourself in somebody else's realm and DNA, you're going to always have a problem. You're going to always be behind the curve. So that first thing is identifying your texture category. The second thing you want to do is to get a good co-wash in your life. Mine is amazing. This is the Whisper Whip Hydration. A lot of people use this now. The way you use this is right on dry hair, ladies. You do not wet your hair first. You put this right on your dry hair. You use your fingers to run your fingers through. If you do that, you are going to have less shedding going on in your hair. Your hair is not going to break off as much. And, I can't stress to you enough, your hair is it has memory and it responds to what you're doing to it. So if you're constantly, snatching on it with a comb, you're going to have what comes with that, which is breakage. If you are doing the right things to it, like building the moisture levels up with a product like this, you're going to have a lot of moisturized strands that tend to stay on your hair more so. So that's the second thing. And that foundation, washing your hair with this more often or co-washing more often, that's your lane. A lot of people can't get out of their minds that, I'm not going to shampoo. I'm not going to shampoo. You're not going to shampoo. And the reason why is because your hair does not need to be stripped of oil. That's what shampoo was designed for, was to strip oils and balance the moisture out. So when you're following that road, then you're constantly going to have a problem. Trust me, you're going to have a problem because your hair is not going to respond favorably for you. And that, if you don't believe me, and you're having problems with your hair already, and you're still doing what you've been doing, and it just, try something different. Just give it a try. And what you'll see is if it works or not. We go into this whole mindset, but just take that one tip, start to co-wash your hair and see if your hair at least doesn't start to grow. From there, we'll go into the next level of trying to style it and things like that. So let's go into some other questions. What's good for hair that dries out easily? Co-washing. Co-washing is you cannot, your hair is drying out because it is, if you're using a shampoo on your hair, that's your base, that's your foundation. And from there, everything else that you put on your hair is going to support that base. That base is going to be where you're starting. So literally, like if your moisture levels are here, you shampoo, it drops it down to here. And then from here, you try to build it back up. But you're never going to be where you need to be at the height. So you've got to co-wash your hair. Co-washing is going to be your best friend if you do it the right way. My hair, I co-washed my hair, that was 2 weeks ago. And you guys see it. I didn't even put any product in my hair today except for a little bit of oil. That's it. I put a little bit of oil in my hair and I use the palms of my hands. I take my hair and put it back in a lock sock. Shout out to the lock sock guy. If you've never heard of a lock sock, I'm going to see if I can get that. I put my hair back in a lock sock at night in a ponytail. And that's how I go to sleep, on a satin pillowcase. Once I do that in the morning, when I get the shower, I take my lock sock off and I shake my hair out. And you see how it popped back like that? Boom. That is literally all about shape, the cut. Natural hair is all about the cut. When you have a good cut on your hair, meaning that it's shaped like a bush, then it makes your life so much easier styling. You have problems like, say for instance, like this piece was long here. I had some straight pieces from flat ironing here and all this going on. I mean, it would be a little less easier to fix. And another thing I'm going to tell you guys is that when you do trim your hair, you don't have to bone straight. You don't have to straighten your hair in order to trim it. You can have them to literally trim your hair for the curl, because curls hang at different lengths. So if you got one curl that's here and one's a little longer, you're going to cut about there so they're even and they kind of stack out a little bit. I actually want to cut the back of like this part down here a little more, but I'm gonna let it keep growing. I ain't gonna cut it, y'all. Man, I'm gonna tell y'all what's the worst thing in the world is actually going through those moments. And I know you guys have done this. You go through those moments where you have an amazing hair day and you're like, oh man, yeah, I'm loving it. You go to sleep nervous and then you wake up the next day and it just seemed like you can't get it back the way you had it. Or like, it may last you for a good 2-3 weeks. And then after that, you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, or I'm getting bored, or blah, 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 blah. And then you start to try to look around and figure out ways to fix it. I've done it. I was doing that the other week. I was like, oh my God, I even made a post. I'm going to acknowledge it, the feeling that I was having, and then adjust, wait it out, or whatever I was doing. And I felt like I wanted to cut my hair, but now I don't feel like that. After I trimmed it, and now that it's starting to, it's shocked and it started to really stand out, I'm looking forward to this big, beautiful fro. Who's calling me? Right in the middle of my show. This is my makeup artist. I'm right in the middle of my show. And this is my makeup artist calling me. Say hello, Kendra. This is Kendra Hughes. Say hello, America.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
But we are right in the middle of texture talk. I love my dear friends. Love my dear friends. Yes.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Texture Talk.
Yes, thank you. I mean, but you have to have the best friends. We're talking about breakage and big chops. Speaking of big chops, when are you going to big chop again?
Me?
Yeah, or are you, or no?
Of course. I want a big chop now. Like, I love my short hair.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing. I love my short hair.
See,
it's so sexy to me and easy.
It is. It's sexy, easy, and it's all about the makeup. We're gonna have you on to give up makeup tips too.
I'm ready, honey.
Yes. But listen, I'm gonna give you a call back. I love you, Kendris, and we'll talk later. Peace out.
You too.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, she's a phenomenal makeup artist. Check her out online. Her name is Kendris Hughes. And I'm gonna turn my phone down because that was just like crazy that popped in like that. But anyway, so as we were talking about our hair and what it does, there was actually a comment I saw on here. Let me see. Adele, she says, my big chop was the best thing I've done for my hair. Yes, it gives you a new start, and you can kind of guide your hair from there. Hi, Charlene Dixon Torres. Your natural is your natural, right? Yeah, you got to type that in. Okay, Shanice Young says, I did a big chop. What products should I use? So literally, when you do a big chop, it's like erasing the whole board and building it up with good stuff all the way out, right? The one thing that I will tell you guys, first of all, if you haven't done this, create a roadmap, a visual roadmap, meaning you have pictures of where you see yourself going in your natural hair journey. I have pictures from the shortest big chop buzz cut on out to a little tiny fro, then next length, and just all the way out so that you're able to see. And then when you put all those pictures together, you're going to notice that there's a trend. There's either the shape of the hair that you like a whole lot, or there is the color of the hair that you like a whole lot. So literally find pictures that kind of look like you and build yourself a collage or roadmap to get to where you need to go. You guys ever seen that picture of that girl where it's a cartoon? It's an animated picture that someone drew. And the first picture is a girl with a big chop, like it's really, really cut. And she's just sitting there, like kind of smiling. And then the next picture is kind of a little bit longer. And she's looking like, I'm about to give up. And then the next picture, she's like, maybe I could do this. And then the final picture, she's like smiling. She's got this big old hair. Well, that's where I am right now. I got the big old smile on my face. When I tell you, I literally went through every single one of those feelings and phases. So, and I try to post that to remind people that, listen, you're not alone. This happens to every person that does the big chop and goes natural. I mean, this is a series of emotions, you know. So, but back to Shanice Young. She said, I did a big chop. What products should I use? Again, you know, you want to build yourself out a collection of products that's going to keep your hair strands healthy, but also make it nice. I can't stress this enough. I know I keep talking about Whisper Whip, but this is literally a game changer. It is. It's a game changer. And it's not just because it's mine. It's because it really works. If I find something else that's better, I'm going to tell you about it, because I'm all about healthy hair. I'm all about helping people to understand what to use on their hair. The reason it works is because, number one, you're able to cleanse your hair with it. So I'm going to put a little bit in my hand just to show you guys. It is super light, super light. You're going to see it start to slide down my hand from the heat. But what I love about this most is that you put this right on your dry hair, and it's going to act as a moisture booster. So literally it's going to go into your strands and start to just create a moisturized environment. Your hair strands are going to love it. Your curls are going to just start to form. And I'll put some on my hair so you guys can see. Although my hair is feeling really good right now, I'm going to show you anyway how you could just use this over and over. The beautiful thing about the Whisper Whip is you can use it as a co-wash, a deep conditioning treatment, or a leave-in styling cream. So I'm going to put a little bit on my hair and to show you guys how in sections you can do this. So I've stretched my hair out because I want to make sure I train it and keep it detangled. Okay. And then I'm going to show you how it works. Now, notice that I'm using my fingers. Could you imagine that if I was going in with a comb, what kind of breakage I would get? The goal is to save every single strand. That's the goal. As long as you don't break the tips off, your hair is going to keep growing from up here. And then what you're going to do is make sure that they stay on your head at the bottom. That's the goal. That's how you get length. That's the secret. It's not that big of a secret, but that is the secret. And actually, this motion of massaging my hair straight down, this allows your hair to literally have memory to not shrink up so much. Now, you're going to get some shrinkage, and that's okay. But literally, see that? And as it starts to dry, I can use it as a leave-in. But what I can do, the beautiful thing about this is that you can use it as a leave-in, as a co-wash, a deep conditioner treatment, and a leave-in styling cream. But if I'm going to co-wash my hair, I would section my hair in 4 sections and literally saturate that area. Just saturate it and literally pull the product through my hair. Let it just really work to detangle. You see there's no hair strands on my hands. It's not going to cause more breakage or anything like that. And it allows me to be able to do a lot with my hair. So over time, you can start to see growth, and it helps to bring your curl pattern in. So that's what it's all about. Another thing I love to use is the oil right behind that. There's a series of different oils on the market. You find your favorite, preferably one that does not sit on top of your hair strands, meaning it doesn't have silicones in it. That's going to be wonderful. Adele actually put a comment on here. She says, I took some rosemary, put it in some hot boiling water. After it cooled, I put it in a spray bottle with the rosemary and use it as a daily moisturizer. That's a wonderful idea. Witch hazel. I'm sorry. Yeah, the hazel oil. The witch hazel. Was that what it was? No, I take that back. It's not witch hazel. That's a cleanser. But there's an oil that Pure Hazel, a lady gave me out of New York. Pure Hazel is her name. And that's the reason I'm saying witch hazel. But Pure Hazel, she gave me this oil, and I've been using it on my hair along with my products, and it has been wonderful with actually hydrating my strands, especially now with the weather changing. You guys want to make sure that you are using the right methods, your liquid, your oil, and cream. Liquid oil, then cream. I'm going to post a link so that you guys can actually make purchases of the product on my website if you like to, but I'll do that after we're done with the show, okay? Wanda Timothy, hey girl, she says my hair has really become very thin in the front and the top. Wanda, what are you doing to your hair? Are you wearing wigs? Do you pull your hair back a lot? Are you taking medications? Those are questions that you literally have to ask and find out, because that could cause a lot of problems. Do you wear headbands? Are you sleeping on cotton pillowcases? Do you wear braids to the back? Answer that question for me, Wanda, and then we'll come right back to you. Dolitha Robinson says, Roberson, I'm sorry. She says, my natural is my natural. You're exactly right. Yes, it is, all day and every day. I'm waiting for that answer. Okay, Sean Daniels Davis says, the product is amazing. I am a believer of Whisper Whip. Thank you very much. And your hair is pretty too. I'm looking at it in that your picture right there in the your profile picture. I couldn't get my words together. Get it together, Missy. Okay. She says no wigs, no meds. Okay, awesome. Are you coloring your hair? Are you coloring your hair? Do you wear your hair in a ponytail? Tell me what else. Nikki Halmus Waymer says, my natural is my natural. Hello from North Charleston, South Carolina. Hello, how are you? Virginia Williams says, hi, good night. My natural is my natural. Watching from Antigua. Welcome from Antigua. You better be in the house. All right, Wanda Timoney says, cotton pillowcases. Well, see, that could be one of your issues. Let's start there. Cotton, guys. Cotton sucks moisture from your hair. Let me say it again. Cotton sucks moisture from your hair. So if you think about a cotton ball and you had a glass of water, you stuck the cotton ball in a glass of water, the water's going to be in the cotton ball. So if your cotton pillowcases, not saying that your hair has to be soaking wet when you go to bed. I mean, come on now, who's going to do that? But the cotton from the pillowcase is going to suck whatever moisture you have in your hair out. I see people back, they have this back part. I can tell this whole back part. It'll be ashy, and it'll have cotton balls in it from whatever they've been doing, whatever. My point is, get a satin pillowcase. If you don't get satin, get sateen. Get something that does not have that cotton draw to it. It doesn't have to be silk. It can be satin. It doesn't have to be pure, 100% satin. As long as it's something that's not gonna snag your hair and suck it dry. I hear some people saying, "Oh, don't use this stuff." But I have pillowcases that are not pure silk. They're not, but I know that they're not cotton because, when I sleep on them, and literally if I rub my hair against it, it's not snagging. Yeah, it gets so cold here in St. Louis and other cities. Like literally this morning, it was almost 70. Right now, it's windy and like 30 degrees. From morning to evening, it's so bipolar back and forth. Literally, it's crazy. But I like my flannel sheets on my bed at night when it's cold, because my flannel sheets keep me warm, keep a sister warm. But they got the pillowcases that come with it. Don't use that. I have to put the silky pillowcase on my bed, and then the flannel sheets and stuff at the bottom on the sheet stuff. But don't put that on your hair. I'm telling y'all, guys, you're gonna be so mad. Wanda, she said, "Okay, dear, thank you so much. Love you. Love you too. I love you too, and I love your hair. Remember, your natural is your natural. You guys love it." Let's see. Sharon Brazelton says, "What about satin bonnets? Those are amazing. Satin bonnets are amazing. But for me, I can't sleep with a bonnet on my head because I just like something with me and just this ring, whatever goes around my head at night. I snatch it off. I snatch it off and I throw it across the room. It'll end up on my husband's head. But by the time I get done with it, it'll be on his head, because I can't do anything on my head at night like that. A scarf, I could do that. Like when I was wearing my hair wrapped, or when I wrap it or something like that, I could do the scarf tied around and knot it. But just the band, the rubber band, I can't do that. Now, some of them have the ones with the angel bonnets. That's one of my friends. She has her bonnets, angel bonnets. She puts them on, and you could tie the thing around your head. It's got like a little wide band on it. That works better. And then the lock stock. I have to show you guys. Aaliyah Cumberbatch. She says, "I'm from Trinidad. I asked a question earlier, but I guess you missed it." I did miss it. Let me go back and see if I can find it. There's so many people that come through, and I try to go back and see it. So if you guys ask a question and I don't respond to it, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I probably didn't see it. So type it again and remind me. Shout out to you, Aaliyah. She says, "Can you tell me the best way?" Let's see. "Can you tell me the best way to grow back my edges? My hair fell out a while ago and the texture has changed, but it grew back, but my edges taken its sweet time to full out. Can you help?" Okay, Aaliyah, were your edges missing from braids? What were you doing to your hair? That's the question I have for you. What were you doing to your hair? Because that's going to be really imperative. Adele says, "Scarves don't stay on my head." See, I'm the same way. They don't stay on mine either. They really don't. And ain't nobody got time for none of that. So Aaliyah, yeah, go ahead and answer me that. How did you lose your edges? Where did your edges go? Who did you give your edges to? Did somebody snatch your edges? Y'all know I'm silly. This is a real question. You know what I'm saying? Edges get snatched because we go in and we start slicking it back and pulling it all tight and trying to pull our eyeballs to the back. Our American Asian. We do that. Trying to give ourselves temporary facelifts. I'm waiting for your answer. Meanwhile, if you have any other questions for me, please jump in. And remember, let's talk about this deep conditioning mask for a minute. Now, this is another thing. I had a lady that told me everything. It's so funny. I really want to just grab people and shake them sometimes. Like, do you hear what you're saying? Because people have it in their minds that the way that they do it is right. And literally, It's not. I thought I turned this phone down, y'all. So I'm sorry. Let me turn this down. They have it in their mind that the way they've been doing things is right, but then they're not getting the results that they want, and then they wonder why. And I'm thinking to myself, like, literally, I'm telling you, and people don't listen either. We don't listen, people. We just hear what it is we want to hear. Okay. Okay, I'm waiting for Aaliyah. Okay, Aaliyah Cumberbatch says, I was taking chemotherapy. So with that in mind, I hope everything is well with you, first of all, after going through chemotherapy. I know a lot of people that have gone through that. Their hair texture comes back in a different way. So it's something they totally have to deal with, a different mindset. So I get that. Now, as far as your edges are concerned, what you're going to want to do is, first of all, give yourself time. Are you taking a vitamin supplement internally to kind of help things internally, your bloodstream to build up? But also, there is a combination of rosemary, tea tree, and the ylang ylang oil. I say this all the time, is YLANG oil. Okay, look that up. There's a series of essential oils, and I cannot remember the name of the company, but I have a friend who sells them, and these little bottles of oil. As a matter of fact, I have one. These little bottles of oil are so amazing. You can mix them; they're pure essential oils, and massage your temples with it. Throw a little peppermint in there. So you got rosemary, tea tree, ylang ylang, and a little bit of peppermint oil. Massage it in your edges and in your hair daily to give you that added kick that you need for your hair to start to grow externally. But internally, make sure you're taking a vitamin supplement to keep your bloodstream and let your bloodstream have the chance to feed your hair follicles the way it's supposed to. So shout out to you for coming through that chemotherapy, and I hope all is well in your life. I really, really do. Phyllis Combs. Hey, Phyllis. She says, I like the wash and go style, but I hate my shrinkage. Plus, I sweat in my head. What can I do to minimize the shrinkage? Embrace the shrinkage. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? I'm going to tell you why. See, what we've been doing, again, is chasing somebody else's form of beauty. If your hair shrinks, like my hair is shrunken now, but my hair is like a lot longer. And if I was constantly trying to get my hair to be out here, I'm going to be disappointed constantly because my hair wants to be here. And that's where I have to accept my hair is. Okay. In its natural state, this is my length. When it was shorter in its natural state, that was my length. So I had to find style options that were in my real shrunken state length. You may want to embrace doing some type of coloring on your hair or highlighting the shape and the length that you naturally have in this hydrated, shrunken state. Now, if it's shrunken and dry, that's another ball game. You want to make sure that you're getting your hair curl textures in order, and then making sure that the curls are whipped the right way so that when it shrinks, there's no problem. See, your sweat in your hair is reverting your hair back, and that's what you're in your mind. That's your disconnect right there. You're thinking, oh no, water shrinkage. You know, that's one of those things that comes from the relaxer realm when we were straightening our hair and trying to push for that. And your hair is supposed to be curly. And it's letting you know every single time. It's letting you know every single time. Some people get mad and they say, you know what, forget it. I'm going to relax my hair. I'm going to go back to the creamy crack. And I'll be like, okay, good for you. And then when they go back, your hair still breaks off. It's going to break off anyway because your hair is now dead. So then you got to go back to the reality of where you really, really are. It all comes down to accept your hair where it is. My natural is my natural. Style it where it is. In its shrunken state, it can't shrink no more. So if you find a bomb style in a shrunken state, girl, you winning. Yes, you are winning. Yes. So let's go back. We have LaShawn Ford. My natural is my natural out of #Wisconsin. I'll be in Milwaukee soon. Milwaukee. Yeah, like June 3rd. June 3rd. I'll be doing a texture talking class in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So I hope to see you guys there. I'll post that and let you guys know exactly when that's taking place. Sharon Brazelton says, my hair is shrunken and dry. What can I do to fix this? You're going to start co-washing your hair. Here we go again. And I keep saying this. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is phenomenal. Don't wash your hair first. As soon as you get people say, well, I just took it out of braids. It's going to be dirty. It's going to be dry. Hey, with this, what you're going to do is put this right on your dry hair, run your fingers through, let your curls loosen up and wake up, massage all through, massage your scalp, rinse it out, do it again like you're using shampoo, but you're using something that's for you. Rinse it out, and then you're going to style your hair from that. That's going to help your hair to start to build up what it needs in order to be bouncy. It's going to be soft. It's going to do what it's supposed to do. All the characteristics that it's supposed to do. Yeah, it's going to be on steroids. That's how it's going to be. It's going to be beauty on steroids. Level 1000. That's what's going to happen with it. I love this. Sean Daniels David says, get some Whisper Whip. You got it. You got it. And I hate this. Like I say that all the time, but really there's nothing like it on the market. Seriously. It's a great thing. You guys be sure to share this video. If you haven't done so, please share the video. And also follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram under the Hair Whisperer _Tendai. All right, Wanda Timony, I'm going to actually post the link after we get off of our live here. I'll post the link in the comments, and you guys will be able to go and get products and things like that, and watch videos. I will do that. We'll definitely post it. So you're in Wisconsin. That's awesome. So which moisturizer can you use for dry hair? There are tons of them on the market, but I'm going to tell you, a moisturizer is nothing unless you have the foundation correct. The hair strand has to be ready to receive and hold on to moisture. And the way you do that is by using our co-wash here, Whisper Whip. I keep saying that. I keep showing you guys the Whisper Whip hydration. This is the bomb. We have tons of other products too, the mask and all that. But literally, you know, it's like putting oxygen on a dead person. You got to wake it up. This Whisper Whip, you got to wake that hair up first. Once it's awake, then you can make it do all kinds of things. You really can. It's an amazing process. The difference between moisture and hydration, let me tell you guys that really quickly. If you've ever been dehydrated, okay, if you've ever been dehydrated and you go to the hospital, they're going to give you an IV. All right, because clearly just spraying water and putting lotion on your skin is not going to bring you out of a dehydrated state. So therefore, if I compare that to hair, most of us are walking around with dehydrated hair. And that's the reason why it's so drawn up and brittle and not acting right, because the hair is dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, your skin is tighter. You're just, everything inside is like slowly shutting down, and you cannot really function without the proper hydration internally. So the same thing with your hair. If you've constantly been using a shampoo then conditioner and following traditional regimens, shampoo then conditioning, that process was brought about for people who naturally have oils that slide down straight hair naturally. And let me say this, just because you relax your hair straight, that's not your natural hair state. So your strand is just mimicking a straight natural thing. So the oil is not going to slide down relaxed hair. It's not going to do it, you know, unless your hair is just exceptionally oily. Some people are like that. Okay. They have other ethnicities going on, but in its natural state, that hair strand is not going to do that. So with that in mind, you know, stripping your hair of its natural oil and following that regimen, it's going to give you dry hair. So the difference, and dehydrated hair. So to raise that moisture level, instead of going in with water first, because water evaporates, you got to go in with something that's a little more potent, that has a water base to it. And that's what's so cool about the Whisper Whip, is that when you put it right on, the hair strands literally start to wake up immediately. We have GC Empress Johanna. She says, my natural is my natural, from Houston, Texas. What's up, Houston? My daughter has been natural for the past 2 years, but some parts of her hair are straight. What can I use? What can I do to fix her hair? For the past 2 years. Now, that sounds like heat damage to me. Have you been blow drying and flat ironing her hair? Answer that question for me. Erica Toole says, my natural is my natural from Champaign, Illinois. welcome to Texture Talk. You guys be sure to share this video. We're having a wonderful time here tonight. And I thank you guys so much for joining me once again. I'm always so thrilled to be able to talk to you guys. This is literally my passion and what I love to do. Let's see. Yes, you miss Asagba. Yesimi Asagba. I hope I said that right. Asagbe. I feel like I'm speaking Pig Latin right now. If you want to grow your pretty name though, beautiful name. I gotta get my I'm gonna ask Alexa when I get done how to say that. Okay, thank you. She says, if you want to grow your natural hair back thick and have curls on it, what do I need to do? Oh, that's an amazing question. Now, Yemisi, first of all, let me say this. When people say, girl, my hair is nappy, a nap is a curl. A nap is a curl. Some naps curl really small. Some naps are very big. Somewhere along the line, somebody said that the smaller naps were bad naps, but they're not. They're good naps. So the thing is that when you have a tighter curl like that, and it's hydrated, and you've literally stretched it out and allowed your strands to curl up together, okay, it gives you that curl pattern and style. When you go in with a comb and actually pulled your hair apart, the hair strands apart, it causes more frizz. So to give yourself curl definition, that's what you're speaking of. What you're doing is literally pulling strands of your hair together and letting them curl up together. So that's how you get the curls. Now, like with my hair, for example, I just put a little bit of whisper whip, and you see how it went right back. That's because the shape is there and all that good stuff. But I'm going to show you something. All right, so here's the strands, some strands of my hair. And you see how the strands, like you see this section right here. That's like, oh my God, that's a pretty little curl, right? Pretty little curl, that's cute. I've trained that hair to be together. But there's also pieces of hair that are not inside of the other curls. What those small pieces are doing is essentially creating volume in my hair. That's what makes it stand up like this. If I went through and I pulled all my hair straight down and let it curl up, it's going to be curly and just kind of looking, hanging down like Weird Al Yankovic. You ever seen his curls? You know, but if you pull it apart, it stands up really big. I love it up big like this. This is like a 2-day-old, 3-day-old style. I love it when it gets old, you know, but yeah. Sean Daniels, you said it, David. She says clumping the curls. Exactly. That's what it is. So GC Empress says, sometimes I do blow it out. That's the issue. Your hair actually starts to, the bonds in your hair, they become weakened. Like if you're using a rubber band over and over again, and that rubber band becomes weakened. So if you're stretching by using heat, those bonds pull apart and the hair becomes weak in those areas where it's kind of straight. There's a few things you could do. Going in with the whisper whip, as long as the hair has not been overly straightened, you could go in and put the whisper whip right on her dry hair, saturate it, and then literally start to kind of help it along by lifting it up and scrunching it like this, and then let it go and see how the curl forms. You have to start to train that hair to curl up, and you can't put the heat on it. You can't do it. You guys, some people want to go back and forth, but the bottom line is that your hair is designed to be curly, and if you want to deal with the adverse effects of not having your curl, then go by all means. I ask people all the time, do you want to be a straight hair natural or you want to be curly? And they said, well, I want to do both. Well, unfortunately, you can't do both effectively. Sometimes people will stretch it out. I stretch my hair out, and there's a happy place. I'll stretch it out, but I'm not bone straight my hair where I can't see any kind of wave. I got to be able to look close and see some kind of wave pattern in my hair, and then I'm okay. And then I'll get it to where it's straight enough. Then I'll let it air dry the rest, and I'm good with that. Okay, and I'll stretch it out for you guys sometime. Elisa, she actually says, Tendai, have you ever done or thought about doing like a webinar knowledge class? I know you have knowledge videos on YouTube besides Texture Talk, but that would be a vehicle to set a class time that those interested could sit down, tune in, and get their questions answered. Absolutely, I have decided that I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm going to do a webinar, and it's going to be a look and learn webinar. There will be a fee involved for that one, but it will be well worth it. We'll have models here, 4C hair. People tell me, what about 4C? What about 4C? Y'all say that as if somebody's scared of 4C. Ain't nobody scared of 4C. 4C grows out just as beautifully. I got clients that have 4C hair with hair all the way down their backs. It's just another challenge. That's all. It's not a bad thing, but I cannot wait to show you guys how to work with 4C hair and get that hair to really, really grow out and respond. Because everybody's not going to get that instant gratification the same way. You have to train hair. If you've trained hair to respond as if it's in a weird state and it's just really shocked and not giving you the best version of itself that you can have, then it could take a couple sessions. It could take a couple times, but I am willing to do that. That's like the next phase of this whole thing, is showing you guys what to do. Selena Johnson says, what gel helps with clumping? Also, I have a lot of frizz. Is my hair not moisturized enough? Selena Johnson, that could depend. That could depend. If you're using a gel, what kind of gel are you using? Are you using like the Eco Styler gel with olive oil, or are you using, what are you using? Because that could help. That could help. I do mine, and depending on what your texture is, like if you have really, really thick strands of hair that's coarse, something heavier might work. But I have this mask right here. This macadamia mask has been giving me life, giving my clients life. I go to different salons and I do classes, and the models that they brought me, I've used this on their hair after we whisper whip. We'll whisper whip first to soften the strands, and then after we get their hair cleansed, we'll go in with the oil, and then right behind that, use this mask, which is a heavier cream. Pull it through, and then after we pull it through, I'll take a little bit of the Eco Styler gel with olive oil and run that through behind it and let it air dry. And once you do that, your curls are going to be popping. Another thing that works is, instead of trying to clump the whole thing, only clump from, let's see, if you've got like whatever you're seeing, okay? So you're styling at this point. So I've got like a frizzy foundation. What I would do is take the end of my hair and maybe like from this much, I would literally put product or gel on that much and smooth all that down and kind of give it like a little twist in sections, whichever way it's going to curl, okay? And then just do that all over and let the hair just kind of stand out with the curls on the tips, because that's what everybody's seeing. That's what everybody's seeing, is the curls that's on the end, and underneath you've got the foundation. I'm getting so excited, y'all. Yes. Selena Johnson, she says, I use Eco Styler gel with argan oil. Baby, that is the worst stuff. The argan oil one is horrible. Use the one with the olive oil. That's the best one. It works with other products. That one with the argan oil, I hate it. Does anybody like it out there? I don't. And I'm just being real flat out honest. I've tried it. I've tried the one with the flaxseed. Can't stand it. Hated it down. And I always go back to the one with olive oil because it works. It works with other stuff. I wouldn't put it straight on your dry hair, or, well, I do my edges with it, but I wouldn't put it right on hair that hasn't been like pre-treated and softened some kind of way. When I say softened, I'm talking about with the conditioner, co-washing, because it'll make it frizzy, because it's all about layering. When you layer everything up the right way, your hair works beautifully. Yeah. So try the one Eco Styler gel with olive oil. Rosalind Sweeney says, my hair is natural and fine, thin, tight, curl. Every time I wash my hair, I get a lot of hair that comes out. What are you washing it with? Because if you're using shampoo, your hair is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. And when I say that, I mean that shampoo is designed to strip oil, which is going to leave you with a brittle strand. that it's going to break. So you need to hydrate it up. Co-wash, co-wash, co-wash. I say that so much. All right, you send me a sagba. Ah, man, I wish I knew how to say that. Can you like phonetically spell that off? Is it as ogba, as ogba? Yemisi, as ogba. Help me. Help me help you. Anyway, it says one more thing. Sometimes when I comb my hair, oh, did she just say comb? Oh no. I have a lot of breakage. What can I do to stop it? Stop combing your hair. What can you do to stop getting breakage from combing your hair? Stop combing your hair. Okay, so now you're like, well, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to style my hair if I don't comb my hair? Everybody put your hands up just like this. And I want you all to say, my hands are the best tools I can ever use. My hands are the best tools I can ever use. If something's wrong with your hands, use somebody else's hands. But I'm telling y'all, with our natural hair, you have to learn, and this is not just saying that you can never ever use a comb on your hair, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. When you go in with a comb as your first tool, you're setting your hair up to now start to shed and break off. If you notice, I could part my hair. You could do everything with your hair, but I'm gonna show you guys a trick. So you notice how I'm gonna get ready to part my hair, right? Now, if I want some kind of deep part, that's when I go in and use my finer tools like a comb. So I'm pulling this through, right? Section it off, section it off, section my hair off. But when I'm gonna tell you, once you do that, notice is instead of going through and starting here and pulling out, what you're gonna want to do is find a section of your hair like a curl, pull it down. Once you pull that down, grab another one, let it meet that one, and just generally start in sections all over your head. Pull the hair down. Once you do that, the hair, it literally is already kind of detangled, okay? It's kind of already detangled because you stretch the hair down. And massaging that hair and making sure the ends are straight down is going to help to keep everything intact. Once you get that going, I mean, you can literally do the whole section, and you put your product in while you're holding your hair down like this. So in my case, I'm going to use some of the Whisper Whip. This bottle is kind of big, so I would actually recommend you guys put it in either an applicator bottle or use some kind of a brush. See how I put the product in my hair? You can use more than that if you want to. And this is the same section I used earlier, right? Did it earlier. And I'm holding it straight down and massaging it down, 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 down. And actually, once I get it all smoothed down, I'm going to take my fingers, stick them through, okay? And then I'm going to rub my fingers in direction to actually cause the clumping of the curls like you guys were talking about. And once I do that, you let it sit. It's going to slowly work its way back up into my hair. See how that's doing? And once I get it there, I can just literally push it back up into my hair and let it all marry. It's all about styling. I could do that all over my head. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. The more you do it, you'll start to see your hair respond. You'll start to learn how to place your curls and let your hair curl up. It's a very important. Once you get it, come on out, y'all. Tell the truth. Wanda says, okay, I must confess, I too have been combing using a comb, hence breakage. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But shout out to you for calling a spade a spade. Come on with it now. Come on, y'all. Tell the truth and shame yourself. Because you did it. You did it. We did this to ourselves. We don't like our hair because we didn't know what to do with our hair. That's it. We don't like, if you're a person who's sitting there like, natural, like, girl, if I hear this one more time, I'm gonna line them all up and slap. Like what's the Three Stooges? Just line them all up. But it's really crazy because There's so much self-hatred, so much self-hatred. You hear people saying, ain't no way, now I just can't do it. I can't do it. Why? Why can't you be you? Why can't you, what's wrong with what your DNA produces? Tell me that. That's like saying, I mean, for real, like what's wrong with it? Yeah, I sat there for a second because I'm trying to figure it out myself. I don't have a good answer for it. Let's see. Nafisa Tony says, how can I get that product from? I'm from Ghana. Ghana, you know what? Inbox me. We'll talk about it because I've actually had some people order from your area. I think somebody shipped it to them, but let's see what we can do. Erica B says, my natural is my natural. I like to put it in a spray bottle with water and use it as a daily spray. Her hair is gorgeous too, guys. She's got a different texture. Morgan says, I haven't purchased Whisper Whip yet. I'm laughing at Erica B. She says, I haven't purchased Whisper Whip yet. What can I use in the meantime? Get yourself a conditioner. Get yourself a conditioner. Put it in a bottle and water it down a little bit. Mix it. And then put it in there and see if it works for you. All of them are not created equally. They're not. But I would rather you use a conditioner and wash your hair with it than go in it with shampoo. That's just flat out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you it's going to work the same because I've had people try. I've tried it and not used it, Whisper Whip, and this wasn't quite the same. Hey, guys, it's 6:57. And like I told you guys, my dear friend, Tish Haynes Keys is on The Voice tonight. And she's going to be coming on here shortly. So I got to get ready to go down here and, vote for her. We got to vote for her because she's actually on Team Kelly Clarkson. She's made it all the way through these rounds. She's a powerhouse vocalist, Tish Haynes Keys. And please tune in tonight and vote in real time. So you literally, once we get off of here, go to watch The Voice. And when she comes up, when you see Team Kelly Clarkson, go onto the app and vote for her. There is a thing where you button where you push it and it tells you, see, let me show you. It tells you, like you'll see her face. Like if you click on Tish Haynes Keys' face, there's a button where you can slide up for 10 votes. Slide up for the 10 votes. And it's telling you to vote tonight. It's telling you to vote tonight. So be sure to do that, guys. We're getting close to 6:58. I'm getting excited. Yes, I cannot wait. So here's Tish right here. I can't really show you guys video, but she's on here and she's amazing. Be sure to watch her. Let me see if I got another question coming in. She says, no shampoo, no shampoo, no shampoo, no shampoo, no shampoo. See, if I tell you can do shampoo every once in a while, you're gonna adjust it and start shampooing your hair, and your hair is gonna be dry as all get out. And then you'll be looking at me like, see, I did it. No, you just kind of played around with it. You didn't jump in and do like you're supposed to do, which is use the conditioner to cleanse your hair. Some people don't think that your hair is gonna clean, but it will. I promise. I'm not kidding. It will definitely get clean. Clean you're clean. Should you shampoo or just cold wash all the time? Cold wash your hair. The more you cold wash it, the better your strands will be. Hi, my natural is my natural. Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn in New York. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of. There's nothing. Let's see. Sharon Brazelton. She said, thanks. You're welcome. Renee Candy Cooper. Hi, my natural. She said that already. Rosalind Sweeney. Should you shampoo or just cold wash all the time? Look, if you have curly hair, you're going to definitely want to cold wash your hair more times than not. You only shampoo when you get a buildup in your hair of like a gel or some kind of pudding or something gooky that you put in your hair. That's going to balance everything out. So shampoo becomes more of a tool for you. Just like on the opposite end of the spectrum, conditioner becomes more of a tool for them. They shampoo more. I've heard ladies say, well, I can't really condition my hair because if I do, my hair is going to get really greasy. See, you ain't her. You're on the other side. So what you should be saying is, hey, I can't really shampoo my hair because when I shampoo my hair gets really dry. So it's two opposite ends of the spectrum, two different needs. I hope that helps you guys. Look, it's 7 o'clock, guys. I love you all. Please, please join me next week for another exciting edition of Texture Talk. We'll be right back here at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. our original time. And vote for Tish Haynes Keys on The Voice. I gotta go. I gotta go vote for my girl. Please, please join in. And remember, if you do download the app, you can actually win a bottle of Whisper Whip. So do so. And I thank each and every last one of you guys for joining in on the broadcast tonight. Please share it. And remember, your natural is your natural. Take care, everybody.